Welcome to another episode of This and That. And I'm your host, Mr. 357. And today, I have a special guest with me, a representative from the GW universe. State your name, sir.
This is RJ Bombshell here, the hardcore motherfucker.
RJ Bombshell, the hardcore motherfucker. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. RJ, welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you for having me. I know it's last one we had a problem, so this is kind of cool to do a brand new one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sometimes it's hard, man. I'm an autistic father. I'm an autism dad. That's what they call it, right?
I'm the same way. I'm very big on the autism. My son's on the spectrum. I'm very big on that. So I know how it is. It's kind of hard. My son's 10, but it's very hard. Some of them have the hyperactivity.
Absolutely.
It's crazy. But needless to say, it's always a learning experience. You always learn something different.
Absolutely. No, man. Shout out to you, bro. I mean, for being an autism dad as well, man. Shit ain't easy for us,
Yeah. I represent it. Like, I go to events, like wrestling events, and
awesome.
And I go and I wear shirts that represent like my son. I actually got a custom shirt. Everyone knows my son in FEW is James Bombshell.
Shout out to James Bombshell. Yep.
But he has been he was the inspiration behind the RJ Bombshell doing all the autism stuff at the cards I used to play. I used to play a game called Super Show. It's a card game, and RJ Bombshell's in it. And my character is very big on not the bullying and big on a lot of other stuff.
Right. That's important. That's fire, brother. Yo, shout out to you, man, again for that shit, bro. Like, you just cheer for that, bro. Absolutely, man. I have to give it up for RJ Bombshell. That's fire, bro. That's funny you say that because it's like I was gonna ask you, like, how did this RJ Bombshell become RJ Bombshell to this EFED world? And how did you get your son into this? Because your son he's aware of what you do and what we're doing right now as a product at the Global Studios product. Shout out to Global Studios, by the way.
Phenomenal job with everybody in the creative aspect of the studio.
Correct.
My son were sitting down the one day, and I always played WWE since I was little, from freaking when it was on Nintendo, when you had the old school Nintendo shit.
Oh, the WrestleMania one.
I'm talking about
Royal Rumble.
All that shit.
Yeah, Macho Man.
Yep, everything. I started playing it from there, and then it just graduated to me playing like N64, and then it went to other games, beyond recognition. But I started doing the RJ Bombshell thing when it really started when I was in my 20s.
Oh, okay.
It started when I was doing the backyard wrestling stuff.
Okay, you did that in real life, backyard wrestling?
Yes, I did backyard stuff with a bunch of my friends.
Gotcha.
And RJ Bombshell, I never had a character. I never thought of myself as I always thought of myself being a big guy, coming in the ring, maybe doing like a Big Show type of gimmick or something like that.
Okay, like the old school wrestlers.
Yeah, and my boy was like, "Nah, man, you're gonna make a persona yourself." So I was like, "Okay," and I was sitting back and I was thinking of names, and I asked my dad, God rest his soul. I said, "Dad,"
shout out to your dad, man. Rest in peace. Yeah.
I said, "What would be a good name for me?" And he was like, "Dude, when you go off, you're like a bomb." And he's like, "But inside you're a shell of a person because you don't want to let that bomb explode."
Ooh.
And boom, that's what hit it. And I was like, "Damn!"
Instantly, it clicked instantly.
And what it was when he said that, and he was like, "Shorten your name because you're Ralph Jr. I'm Ralph Sr. Do RJ, Ralph Jr., and put the Bombshell." So that's how it all started, as me doing the RJ Bombshell on the backyard stuff. There was also my other friend Jeff, who said, "Dude, your dad brought the name up to it. Use it." So I was like, "Okay." So I went out. I got me a pair of long ass shorts that everyone makes fun of people about. I had Bombshell on the side.
We're gonna talk about that soon too. Yeah, but go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
RJ Bombshell written on the side in Sharpie. This is how funny it was. I had Sharpie written down and said Bombshell, and then later on I got it stitched. Then I had my boots, normal, not steel toe. I'm not gonna crack someone's fucking head open with a steel toe.
Of course. Yeah, of
So
course.
I had black Timbs and MMA gloves, and I used to wear like a sleeveless cut shirt. And I used to do the Vader, like the Vader in the corner moves, like
right.
shit
Vader
out
bomb and shit.
And then I used to do my one move was like the Boston Crab. And one day, this is a funny story. This is gonna be funny. I'm sitting down and we're watching the matches. Like we will watch our matches over again before we put them on YouTube.
Oh, so you guys used to like record your stuff?
Yes, it's on YouTube. It's called NWF. You can look it up on YouTube. Look up RJ Bombshell. I did a last man standing match.
Shout out to NWF, by the way.
That's the wrestling fed I was in, but we don't really talk about them because they don't. But that was just a bunch of us friends getting together and doing a fun time. So I did a Boston Crab. Well, my ass crack was hanging out. This is the funny part. So it became the Boston Crack because every time I would do it, I had my ass crack hanging out.
Like a plumber.
Like, listen, I sound from Philly, so why don't we call it the Philly Crack?
The Philly Crack.
And everyone was dying when I said this. Like, nah, because the Boston Crab do the Boston Crack. I said, I will leave it like that, but I'm not from Boston. I'm from Philly. So,
that's fucking great.
So that's how it went. I used to do, and I was learning how to do the Banzai, Yokozuna drop, the Banzai drop. I did that, but I always wanted to do the Vader somersault, which you really can't do that in the backyard thing. We didn't have a ring, we had a tarp.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, how real was this backyard wrestling shit, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you have an official ring? Like,
no,
you guys,
it was a tarp with our logo. It was a tarp. Which
you had ropes, like 3 ropes and stuff, turnbuckles.
Shit. Listen, this is how bad it was. It was motherfucking like lawn chairs holding the tarp down, and we should take the chairs off the tarp to beat the shit out of each other with. Because we didn't give a shit. This is how bad it was. We didn't even give a shit. We were having so much fun. There's a bunch of guys getting together, wrestling that we all love, and beating the shit out of each other. But my one friend cut himself in the match. It was Robbie Chaotic versus Jason Rage.
Was it a storyline connected, or he cut himself by accident?
He had a blade and cut himself.
Okay. Like the way they do in real wrestling back in the days, in the 80s. Yeah.
So what he did was he cut himself, and you can clearly see it wasn't like that bad of a cut, but it showed the blood.
Yikes.
So what happened was the move he did was he grinded his head against a railing. And the railing was pretty unsanded, so it was really rough, and it really did cut him. He didn't cut. We ended up finding out he didn't cut himself. The railing cut him. So then we ended up finding out they had handcuffs for the match and stuff like that. So that match was phenomenal. It was like 3 stages of hell. And the last match was a ride from hell. And one of my friends is in it. His name was Jason Rage, and my friends don't know more. Sorry, but. Fuck them.
Right.
It was JT Cage was the guy who Robbie Chaotic had a problem with, so they jumped him. It was pretty funny, but they had.
It sounds interesting.
It was very interesting. I actually left due to being honest with you, I stopped doing it because my son James was born. So this is when James was little.
How old is James now?
James is 10, so this is maybe 10. Around when he was like...
That's right, you said that.
So this is maybe... Damn, it was a while ago. So I left to deal with him, and plus I banged up my knee doing it. I hurt my knee.
Well, injuries come with the sport. You already know that.
Well, mine was... No, this wasn't actually... This wasn't planned. I went off a little small ladder, and there was I did a splash on top of my friend on a shopping cart, and my knee hit the bottom of the metal, and I felt this kick in my knee. So
I can imagine that. Yeah,
it was all right. I was okay after that. But
still, yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, this is the thing, right? So when you say that you did this backyard wrestling and this whole, little company you guys had, this was scripted. Like, you guys had scripts and you guys determined the winner of the match, or you guys just go out there and whoever can't fight no more, that's it.
All right, the matches were picked. Who won? I used to be. Me and Eric Rude, my tag team partner, till this day, I'll say he's my tag team partner. I don't talk to him as much.
Shout out to Eric Rude.
Me and Eric Rude were in a thing called Corruption. I was a heel. At the beginning of my run in NWF, I was a heel. I came out and attacked Jason Rage and Robbie Chaotic on their first house show. I attacked the both of them with Eric Rude.
Oh, all right. So hold up. When you say heel and face, right? So that means you guys had a fan base. Like, you guys actually had people following you guys, or actually watching and recording. Besides the people
my Firehouse
recording,
buddies guys watching it because I was in it.
Right.
And my Firehouse buddies and stuff like that watched it. And like, you're RJ Bombshell to the day you die, dude. That's gonna be on my gravestone and everything. That's who I am.
That's fire, brother. Like, I appreciate that you keep that in, because you're doing that for your dad as well.
Oh yeah.
And
I have a tattoo of it. I have a.
It's official. Yeah, you're RJ Bombshell to the death.
I got a little bomber man. I had a little bomber dude from Mario.
Yeah. I remember Bomberman. I used to play Bomberman a lot. Like, it was actually entertaining at one point. I don't know what happened. Like,
Bomberman, the game. I'm talking about the bomb dude that he used to pick up and throw.
Oh, got you. Yeah. I know what you mean. The little tickers.
Yeah.
Tickers.
Yeah. So
gotcha.
We were just sitting there doing all this other stuff, and I was the bad guy. I came out like I did the barking like I was Rick Steiner. I went off. I ripped my shirt and everything. I went off and beat the shit out of
Steiner.
So I did a German suplex. I did a German suplex to one of the guys. And I gotta be honest, I'm not in shape how I used to be. I was wrestling, and like in sports, I was doing sports, I was working out, but now I'm just, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, yeah, me too. When I was younger too, bro, I used to do baseball. Like, that was my real thing. Like, my parents put me in baseball and shit, and I actually loved it.
Yeah,
I was playing baseball from like 9 to like 13. After 13, I started smoking some weed and getting pussy, and you know how that goes.
Yeah. Well, I fell in love with wrestling. My dad put me into it, and that's what made me love wrestling.
So your dad was a big wrestling fan.
Oh, dude, my dad brought me home to a recording of when Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan in WrestleMania. When Andre the Giant got picked up by Hogan. This is on
WrestleMania 3.
This is on VHS. I don't know how long ago. My dad put me in front of that on VHS.
I used to have that on VHS too. Shout out to my dad for that too, bro.
Everything. My dad put me in front of AWA, NWA, WCCW.
Yeah. When Vince's father used to own it and all that shit.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling. I mean, I watched that shit with my dad.
Southern Wrestling. Yeah. Philadelphia was known for what was it?
A lot of times, a lot of their indie stuff.
ECW, that's right. Eastern Championship Wrestling, something like that, right?
Extreme Championship Wrestling. But I was actually Philly when they had their ECW had their last show before WWE bought it out. I was there, in the audience in like the fucking standing area. That's how packed it was.
Well, and that's the thing I was gonna tell you about that too, right? Because like I know a little history about the ECW, WWE when they were WWF actually, but when Vince and Shane and Stephanie owned all this shit, well, it was actually Vince. So let's just say Vince. When Vince bought all that, remember ECW, like they was always attached to the WWF brand. You get what I'm saying? Like Vince used to give them a shot, and like ECW, it became extreme because they tried to put something out different. Like it was a different product, right? They went with the chairs and people falling off balconies and shit. But it was
the Rob Van Dam kick on the steel chair. Jerry Lynn and Rob Van Dam's matches were always my favorite.
And Sabu too. I remember Sabu and RBD used to.
I love them. I was a big Taz fan.
Taz! Shout out to Taz, man. That was my guy. He literally lives on the block. Whoa.
He was in Red Hook. Don't he live in Red Hook?
Red Hook, Brooklyn. That's right. Shout out to Red Hook, Brooklyn, baby. Brooklyn all day.
Hey, I know where people. I'm a big, but
so I got the towel gimmick from. We'll talk about that later too, though.
The towel gimmick, yeah. Mr. 13. Survive if I let you. Come on now, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, the Taz Mission, Tazplex. You know how it goes. You get it.
But
you from Philly? That's the home of ECW technically.
Oh hell yeah! Hell yeah! Swanson and Rittner. See,
shout out to Philly, man.
Oh hell! What is now? We can get back to what I was going with. So we started doing. Go back to the back of wrestling. We started doing all this shit, blah blah blah. That ended. So then I started doing wrestling on Xbox, like looking up e-feds, stuff like that to join. And a lot of these e-feds weren't kind of in my range of what I wanted to do. So I stepped away from the e-feds. So that's when I got fully back into the e-feds. I was actually in a federation with the Return and Wolf Danger.
Right.
Me and him.
Shout out to Wolf Danger, by the way.
He's actually the one that brought me to GEW. He's the one.
Oh, okay.
He's the one that reached out to me and said, "Yo, why won't you join?" I was like, "What? What's this?" He's like, "There's a bunch of cool dudes. You should join." I was like, "All right, yeah, I'll join. Yeah, whatever. Fuck it." And that's how I was. But I used to go at it with Wolf is because I knew Wolf had more potential than he had. He never spoke up. Everyone would downgrade this kid. And
right, so you basically you saw the real Wolf Danger inside Wolf Danger before he saw it.
It wasn't even that. He has the killer instinct. He just doesn't show it. Like he could be a vicious, addicted, vicious motherfucker. But he doesn't want to show it because he wants to be cool with everybody and stuff like that. But sometimes when guys are busting your balls, you gotta start busting balls back. And I told him that, and he got a little bit butthurt because I came at him because he was complaining about a match he had and he lost. I came in. All right, listen. I came in. RJ Bombshell wasn't really ready to be out there yet in 19. So I was Gage Bishop in BWC. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Bishop was in WC. I was the pure champion over there before they changed the title. I was basically the hardcore. I came out swinging the kendo stick and all this shit, and that was me. But I also did an ICP gimmick as Gage Bishop. I came out with the clown face paint, juggalo shit. I was just trying to find myself. And
so that's basically that was basically my question. Like, so when you try to find yourself, so when you say that means like how much, like when you started this whole thing, the RJ Bombshell thing, like where did you officially come up with the, like, besides the backyard wrestling that you did in real life, and you did, you played from the Nintendo, like you said. I remember the game. It was called Royal Rumble.
Yeah, WWF Royal Rumble. WrestleMania. Or
right.
Stars, whatever it was. Yeah, go ahead.
I was from that era too, but you didn't create a character. When I created my character as DVD, and I bring him into the EFED world, I technically bring him into the EFED world back in WrestleMania 2000. Like, you can make your character out of the characters that already exist. You get what I'm saying?
No.
So
RJ came out, and this is on some real shit.
Yeah.
RJ came out at the end of 19. My focus of RJ coming out was at the end of 19. I didn't like 20 because it was glitchy as fuck. So I said...
What do you mean 19?
19, 2K19.
Oh, 2K19.
At the end of the the
Yeah, because I
transition.
came from the N64. I came from WrestleMania 2000,
Yeah.
NWO versus
I never
WCW,
did that. I always played
Revenge.
with the wrestlers on there. I didn't really create. So
Yeah, because I remember that's the thing. Because I made Dimebag Dan DBD. Shout out to DVD. That I made him out of Triple H. Because I had Triple H back then. Then I used Sting. I changed Sting around, but you couldn't take off the face paint, so I
Yeah.
changed Sting to Goldberg because I was more like those are the characters that inspired me back then more.
well, I did create a guy on there. It was pretty funny. But it wasn't. It was just like it was just real me persona. I was a big Dudley Boys fan. Still am to this day.
Okay.
What I did was I took Bubba Ray's look because he's a big guy with glasses. I wear glasses in real life. I just basically took Bubba Ray and made him as Ralph. I just put Ralph as his name, and that was me on the N64 No Mercy. So that's but that wasn't RJ. Let's get that straight. That was Ralph. That's my real name in real life. My name is Ralph.
Right.
So,
RJ Bombshell, like you said, it came from the backyard wrestling.
It came from the backyard. So slowly, when the backyard wrestling stopped, when 19 was popular in the E-Feds, at the end of when 22 came out, that's when the transition happened. That's when the form of RJ Bombshell happened. That's when the molding and what I want to do really happened.
Well, that's the thing, because you see, like, I always tell, like, I spoke to my last couple guests about it. Like, I love this wrestling shit since I was young, and then the video games. Like, I wish we had what we're doing now in this E-Fed world. Mm-hmm. I wish we did this back when I was like 15.
Oh hell yeah! Straight up. Oh hell yeah. But the big thing is, it wasn't, the technology wasn't there yet.
It wasn't.
So now we have it.
We had cartridges.
So it was like, fuck, where the hell is it now? But
and I'm enjoying the shit out of it. So that's the thing. So how much do you enjoy this whole E-Fed movement, like right now? What you like since 2K19?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because we could talk about, I'm not in my DVD character right now when I'm talking to you.
But you know how we get about E-Feds?
Yeah, I want to know what you feel about E-Feds and how much you enjoy it, and what does it do for you. Like,
first,
how much do you like it? How much do you like it first?
I listen. I want some real shit. I like the E-Feds, but I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this in the honest way. There ain't no motherfucking super heavyweights in these E-Feds. None. They're either cruiserweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight. There is no motherfucking super heavyweights. So guess what? I made the pact is I'm going to be the one that puts motherfucking super heavyweights on the fucking on the pyramid.
On the map.
I'm going to put that shit on the map. I don't give a fuck who it is in front of me.
Well, I'm going to tell you who's in front of you. Red Rum. Shout out to Red Rum, by the way.
All right, listen. I'm not talking about GEW in general. I'm talking about.
You talk about
when
it,
I
but I'm
in,
talking about GEW.
No. When I came in the E-Feds, there was no big guys, super heavyweights. Gotcha. And the E-Feds I was at, like, kind of like molding RJ. So when I finally, GEW is where it opened. That's where it opened. When I joined the GW and the FEW roster, that's when RJ kind of formed. And that's when RJ kind of molded. And I'm going to give a shout out to Savage. Basically, Savage.
Shout out to Savage.
Savage and Storm. Them two guys.
Shout out to Storm.
Storm was the one I kind of reached out to a lot about customizations and what I should do. He's like, nah, I don't like that. Nah, you shouldn't do it that way. And then where I met Savage, and he was like, dude, you're going to be my first signing from FEW. I was like, all right, cool. And like,
technically, you were his first signing, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get to that story, too, we'll get more into that story.
We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah.
But I was his first signing. And I felt like, damn, like RJ Bombshell is now going to get out there. And shout out to A-Dot, a.k.a. the evil clone Z-Dot, wherever the hell he's going by now.
Z-Dot.
Whatever the fuck he's going.
Correct.
Whatever
shout out to A-Dot, just CEO. Cool. Founder.
He's doing a phenomenal job, hands down. Round of applause for the guy who's doing a phenomenal job with the product he has.
Well, FEW is still the same product. It's
No, I'm
just
saying what
hosted
he's
by
doing.
different people.
What he's doing
with the
over
whole product.
with the whole product altogether. Like he
Yeah.
started this because of his daughter, and he molded it
correct.
to his own.
Shout out to Miss Dance, by
And
the
you
way,
can
the
clearly
princess.
see that he did that in a great and positive way. You know, he wants to see guys succeed. He wants to see guys progress so well that he knows who has the potential to be good, and he wants them to be good.
And that's the thing too. Let me tell you about that too, right? How do you feel about him, considering that he's the CEO, founder, and creator of this? It's all Miss Dance's idea. Granted, that's her. Miss Dance's. That's her dad. A. Jizzle is Miss Dance's dad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He made this for her. So now, thinking like that, how do you think? Like, you think he's doing a great job, not only by the way he's running the company, but also by being like fair and not taking the spotlight? Because there's a lot of E-Feds out there that I've heard about that they want that if you own it, you want to be in the heavyweight title division, you want to be the heavyweight champion. Like, he doesn't consider himself like an athlete. He's just he's the boss. He's the Vince McMahon of the GW, right?
He'll do a match here and there. I have
right. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. So how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel that he does that instead of the way other E-Feds do their thing? Because other E-Feds, like, for example, let's say I had an E-Fed and I ran my own E-Fed that's not, GW. And I'll go out there. I will want my character to be like the top guy there. You get what I'm saying? Because it's my shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I give him a shout out. Shout out to him again, because he's so fair that he lets us create our own storylines. Like, I can hit you up and be like, hey, RJ, let's work out a storyline.
Yeah.
And me and you will work together in the DMs and we'll work out a storyline. We'll do promos in the Discord, which is the GW universe. Yeah. Like,
how do you feel about that? Work it out.
Listen, how do you feel about that? Like, you love that, or you think that, I saw somebody else do that before. And
what, you mean,
part
like,
of
with
other E-Feds too, right?
The whole Discord type of stuff?
Well, I mean, like, the way he runs his company. Like,
he runs the company how it's his company. He runs it how he wants to run it. But needless to say, you can clearly say, and I'm not trying to be a dick, you clearly see who he has kind of as his go-to guys.
He has go-to guys. Who do you think is his go-to guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on some real shit. DVD's his go-to guy. You can, hands down, his go-to guy. The motherfucker's in every show since I watched it. That motherfucker's in every show. You cannot say he's not. When I started watching it, I watched Baptized with Blood. I watched that pay-per-view, and bang, right there sold me that DVD was his guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
tell you that.
Listen, Spicy, Nico, whoever the hell else is in the roster, his go-to guy, the guy who can say he'll throw down when any motherfucker in the locker room is DVD.
That's correct.
I'm sorry.
No, that's correct.
Everyone,
but he's not being biased by that. He's not being biased by that. What thing he explained that before too, and he explained it in his podcast when we had the show. Shout out to A-Dot again.
Yeah.
He explained it. He's basically saying, if anybody has any complaints, like you just said right now, like, yo, this motherfucker's been on the card every fucking time, right?
But
this is the problem.
Because DVD sells the fucking product. You cannot tell me no one else
it's a good product. It's a good product.
And that's not
exactly
in his ass. It's fucking facts.
It's facts. No, it's facts. I'm gonna tell you another fact though. I'm gonna tell you another fact that you just mentioned that you didn't even know you mentioned. But Baptized in Blood was the first pay-per-view that started GW storylines. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I kind of saw that. We were all, I didn't know that, but that was kind of
because before, if anybody who's listening right now, they can go back and they can watch GW shows from when it first started back in March when the game dropped, right?
Yeah.
When you look at it, everybody was just having random fights. We fighting here, there, whatever.
Yeah.
And we try to make a storyline because we made factions. So everybody joined the faction. Me, I joined Zay. Shout out to Zay the Assassin, by the way. I joined Zay, and we're from the same neighborhood. I grew up with him. Me, A-Dot, Zay,
It was a
KG,
click. You guys had a
Bully.
click like Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
Yes, exactly. So we did that. We started this, and then alongside he met people like Dirty Sanchez, Spicy Rico, their wives, and other people.
Shout out on some real shit. I have to give
King Moose. Shout out to King Moose too. A lot of people don't mention King Moose, but
Spicy's my. Like, if I want to get technical, he might bust my balls in the chat a lot, but
he does that. But he does that a lot. Shout out to Spicy Rico, man.
Spicy's a guy that I could sit there and say, I wouldn't mind having a beer with him, or A-Dot, or GD, or Savage, or Storm. I would not mind sitting down having a beer with any one of them guys.
I'm having a beer right now.
I'm
there you go.
But
there you go. But
this gets to the point when you feel like you're comfortable with people, and you feel like, yo, like when A-Dot says we're family. You can clearly see that,
brother.
Because
100%, yes.
You can clearly see it because when I was going through shit with my wife's mom, I kind of was taking a hiatus, and I kind of was in and out of chat saying what's up.
You wasn't really, you didn't have your heart into it like the way you really want to.
Now this is where we're gonna go. This is when it's gonna fall into me with the FEW thing. This is where it's gonna hit.
Right.
So this was way before. God rest my mother-in-law's soul. The word.
I'm sorry to hear that. Rest in peace, for sure, 100%.
The word bitch, and I'm gonna say it was very. I said when I came in.
Wait. Before we get to that.
All right.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're gonna go to right now. We're gonna get to that. The thing, before all the listeners who are listening, before we go off the rails, what I was basically trying to say was that the DVD product that GW puts out, it's not because A-Dot picks and chooses his favorites. It's not like that. Just because I know him for 25 plus years doesn't mean shit. Because I know Zay for 25 plus years, and so does he. He could push Zay the exact same way.
Yeah.
The reason is, I put myself out there like that. You get what I'm saying? Because I whatever I was dealing with at the time when he made this, I was dealing with a lot of personal shit, a lot of like mental health issues and stuff. That's why this whole season is about that. Season 1 is about how EFED gaming can change your life, and you can keep your positive thoughts and keep you away from trouble and from thinking negative. You get what I'm saying? That's the whole point of this show.
Actually, on some real shit,
Season 1.
When I came in here, I was very to myself. I was kind of like distant with people.
A lot of people are. But I know what you're saying.
I mean, I was like, I didn't want to be bothered. I was like, I'm going to do my thing, whatever. And what really kind of opened my eyes was Savage.
Gotcha.
Savage was the one kind of was like, yo, dude, you got to be you. You just can't be what people want you to be.
Exactly.
You have to be the product you want to be. So I would
that's another thing. And that's
RJ Bombshell. I would always do something different with RJ.
And that's a good thing that you say that, because you know what? Savage is one of those people where, besides his creativity and besides him creating like artwork for your character and stuff, like he has a mind for the storylines. He has a mind for a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he has his own show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because
he does a
phenomenal job. Absolutely.
He does a phenomenal job down there in FEW. But like, it's just now it's getting to the point where it's like you can clearly see the talent is now booming down there.
Talent is off the roof right now. We don't even have. I don't even think he has any more fill-ins.
No,
I think everything is all full now. He's for the roster, exactly. And now we can get into the FEW thing. So now, right, when you got to the FEW, like in the beginning, you was his first signee, whatever, right? I was gonna ask also, like, when you first got here, you didn't notice FEW. You knew the FEW was the idea because everybody has to go through the FEW process. It's like an NXT version of GW. That's basically what we're doing, because the roster in GW is too full. You may say the DVDs like hogs up space and stuff, but It's not that. It's the way you put yourself out there. The more active you are, the more you can sell a fight. A-Dot needs that. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, y'all get it confused. Don't think I'm trying to, like, kiss anybody's ass and tell A-Dot, yo, bro, put me on the show, please, so this and that. I'm not begging him anything. He sees what the product is doing. Like, I promote this shit. I promote, like, myself. I promote GEW, and I promote GEW like I'm one of the biggest stars in GEW. Everybody loves me. The kids who watch love me. You guys who watch and are part of it love me. You get what I'm saying? Like, it all makes sense. So that's the only reason that I'm always on the card like that. So don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying the FEW thing is that NXT. So you go to NXT, a lot of people been called up. They got there after you. How do you feel about that? The people that got called up, they came in after you, and you was the first signee, and there's more people in the GEW roster now that got bumped up, and you're still in FEW. How do you feel about that first?
Really, I dug my own grave. With the shit I did, I dug my own grave. So
explain what you did. A lot of people don't understand what you probably did. They probably like, what do you do? So go ahead.
There was a promo out on the DW page. The word bitch was used, and I got in trouble for saying bitch to somebody. And I got a warning, and I said it again by accident. I got another warning, but this person said it, and there was no repercussions.
Well, let's talk this and that. Who said it, and what was the person who you said it to?
I'm not airing no one out. I'm not like that. I'm not going to.
Okay, you don't have to air that person out. Who said it? So who did you say it to?
I think I said it in a podcast, and I said to DVD, I called him a bitch, and then I said it by accident in a message, and Savage called onto it and was like, yo, don't be saying that, bro. Bob, that's your second warning. So I was like, okay, so I stopped using it. So one day I saw a promo, and I see bitch on it. I say, yo, what the fuck, dude? I get in trouble for saying bitch, but this person can say bitch and nothing can happen. So I was pissed, and I was like, this is fucking favoritism, like on some real shit. And that's how I felt. I was like, nah, fuck this. I'm done with this shit. I'm not dealing with no favoritism, man. It's bullshit. And that's how I felt. So when I walked through, when I left,
you have your right to feel any type of way.
Well, I
100%.
left. This is why I buried my own grave, because I left when the pay-per-view was coming up. So that fucked everything up. And that, I mean, fucked everything up. Because
what pay-per-view was coming up?
I was the face of FEW, and I had said that. So
you consider yourself, and talking about that, do you consider yourself still being the face of FEW?
Or? Fuck no, I don't need to be a face of a company. I don't need to be a fucking face of a company. Just give me my fucking opponent. Let me go in the ring, do my thing. Let me go to fuck home.
Cut the check and let me get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not worried about being a face of a fucking company. Am I going to be on a box of fucking Cheerios? Am I going to be on a box of fucking Wheaties? No. Am I? No. I'm not going to
if now that you look at it, DBD's on the face of ESPN magazines. DBD's on the face of Global Extreme Wrestling magazine. He's signed to Nike.
I don't need that big, big thing about, this person signed a deal with this shit. Or this person did this. This person did it.
Right.
Just let me do what I need to do in the ring and call it a day. That's it.
Right. So now that you say that, how much are you willing to put your gimmick out there? Like,
I'm full-hearted ready to put my listen.
Like, how much are you willing to promote? Like, right now, you just said that you're not trying to be the face of the company. Me, I'm trying to be the face of the company.
I can't be. I don't want to be. That's the thing.
Why you can't be? What do you mean you can't?
I don't want that. I don't want.
You don't want it, or you can't because they're telling you can't?
No, it's not. It's more of me as a person. I don't want to be the face of a company, because then that puts more on your back. Like, that puts more on your shoulders. Like, oh shit! Now I gotta do what I need to do.
Yeah, you gotta be up to date with promos.
Yeah,
you gotta be up to date
I'm
with
not
everything.
like that.
Yeah.
I have a full-time job. Now I wrote a lot.
So do everybody else. I did too.
But I can't just put my full, like, I know even at work, I might hop in the chat and all that type of stuff, but I can't fully be a diehard doing promos or shit like that. I can't be. You can't put a company on my shoulders. You did that. And I fucked up and buried myself. So I need to dig myself out of this hole. Now, I legit am sitting in a fucking grave right now, digging myself out. You can clearly see my return match. I beat Seth Balor on my return match. And I'm still digging my way out.
Shout out to Seth Balor, 787.
I'm still digging myself out of that match. And that was a close match. I thought I was going to lose. You know?
Okay.
But listen.
Because, you thought your momentum was lost.
Yeah. But now, I went home. I went back to the original, what I needed to do. That RJ from Seth, that's RJ of new. So that RJ is going to stay around for a little bit. But best believe, and this is a shadow of a doubt, down the line, the newer, my whole mind, my whole aspect of the game is going to be very different. I say in 3 to 4 months. And there's nothing that no one's going to stop me. Nothing like that. I'm not coming to be friends with people. I'm not coming to be in a faction. None of that shit. I'm coming to state facts. And I'm coming to whoop ass. I don't give a fuck who it is.
No, that's how it's supposed to be. That's the thing I was gonna tell you. Like, when I play my gimmick in this EFET thing, bro, because I told like everybody else, and like I'm gonna tell you, I love this shit so much because I go like I was dealing with so much shit in personal life that I look at this as an escape route, right?
Yeah.
And since I was younger, I always wanted to like be like a wrestler. Like I always wanted when I saw Stone Cold Steve Austin come out as Stone Cold Steve Austin, not before Austin, right? 316, not before Austin 316, but Austin 316. When I saw that gimmick, I was like, wow.
Yeah, you
get what I'm saying? I went nuts. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, yo, this is wrestling? I love this. And I looked up to Hulk Hogan's, Macho Man's, Ultimate Warriors. You get what I'm saying? Like, that was my shit. Bret Hart, obviously, you know, but that's what I mean. So when you do this EFED gimmick role playing, because this is role playing, so when you do this, right, like, how does that make you feel? Like, you feel like you, like, I don't know, like, for example, wow, I really wanted to do this shit when I was doing backyard wrestling, and now, like, you know, like, now I have people that actually like me and actually watch me. Like, that's the thing with DBD. Like, you know, I'm talking, like, out of character, but, like, DBD, bro, like, the kids love him. Miss Dance, she's the princess of the show. Like, mainly this is all because of her. So if she likes me, I already know I'm doing something good, because she sees my promos. I don't, like, that's another thing about me too. I talk shit to you guys, and, like, I curse a lot with you guys, but I do that in, like, the locker room chat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do that in the Discord. I don't do that anywhere else in the live chats, because that's where the kids are watching. That's where the fans are at. Yeah. Right? So I do my trash talking to you guys directly in the locker room, because they don't see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So shout out to Tolos too. Tolos the God. His daughters, they like me. Spicy Rico's kids like me. Spicy and Feisty's kids like me. Shout out to Juju and Mello. You get what I'm saying? Like, I do this for them. Like, I don't know. It makes me feel good knowing that these kids are watching and they like me. 787 too, you know? Like, shit like that. That's why I really don't want to fight the kid, because I feel bad. Like, come on, man. You talk, but I don't really want to do that to you, man. You know who I am? I'm DBD. You get what I'm saying? And I saw that in RJ when I saw FEW. Because I watch FEW. I'm like I told you, I'm a huge fan of RJ Bombshell, bro. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I love that whole image that you came in with, that whole gimmick, like hardcore legend, icon type shit. Because you actually did it in real life, and you bring that into the virtual reality life, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
I love that.
The whole RJ that was in the beginning of the FEW, like the one you're seeing now, the one I had before I left, that was just the clay. That was just the mold of RJ.
Right.
The one that's on there now is like, you know how you have your forms of suit, like all right, I'm gonna use this as a saying. You know how you have your evolved forms of Pokemon. You have the original.
Shout out to Pokemon too. I used to love that shit when I was like 12, 13.
You have the then you have your second form, your evolved form, your final.
Your final.
This is my second form. The final form is not even close to what the hell.
You heard it here first, people. And some Pokemon got 4 forms, but you're saying third is your final.
Listen, I'm gonna be like the Charizard, bro. I'm just gonna keep being like a Charizard.
That's my favorite Pokemon. Charmander.
Come on now, man. I would say I like water, so I would say Blastoise, but nah, I'll have to go with Charizard. So.
Well, if you had to describe your character the way you were describing him earlier, I would go with like a Blastoise kind of.
I'm a big boy, yeah. I'll throw down.
Yeah. So I get that. You know what I mean? But you know, we got a lot of Pikachus out there.
Oh my God, so many fucking Pikachus.
Right?
So many Pikachus up in. Now I can say one is a fucking Pikachu, and that is freaking Nico, dude.
Shout out to Nico, Jedi Master.
He is the Star Wars Pikachu. He is like the Pika Yoda. Fuck that. He is the Pika Yoda. All right, that's what he is. He is Pika Yoda. I don't care what anyone says.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Like, yo, I love the kid, bro. Like, the guy's like he's
cool as shit.
Like, he's cool as shit. He's cool as fuck. Yeah, he's cool as fuck. Right. This is the only thing that I'm gonna say. His character has bad luck. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, for example.
Yeah.
You see how RJ Bombshell is RJ Bombshell, right? So therefore, whatever RJ Bombshell we're gonna see come out is the same RJ Bombshell from like probably the beginning. You get what I'm saying? The only thing that changes is probably you have a little upgrade here or there. You know what I'm saying? But it's still the same RJ Bombshell. The problem with these other guys, like him and a couple other guys that I probably won't mention right now because I probably won't remember off the back of my head. Maybe myself too, because this is what happens to me. When you change your attire, when you change your movesets a lot, you usually lose the momentum that the previous guy had. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? That's the thing I'm trying to tell everybody else. Like, don't think I'm calling you a bum because I think that you're an actual bum. I like you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But you're a bum because you can't get no wins. And the reason you can't get no wins is because you always change your guy around.
Oh yeah.
Stick to your one gimmick and stick to that one story.
That was my problem.
And that's another thing I was gonna tell you. I wanna ask you, why does A.Jizzle and Savage Vega think that you don't stick to that one plan? Do you stick to one RJ, or do you want to be RJ Junior, RJ this, RJ that? Like, which RJ is the one that we're gonna get and we're gonna stick with right now?
The thing about it is RJ has been going through so many changes because I want to make sure that I like him. I ain't worried about anybody else. And I see him, I'm like, nah, I don't like it. And I change it. Then I don't like it.
That makes sense.
Like it. And I can't ever get comfortable with what I like. And now that the RJ...
That makes sense.
The RJ you saw on FEW, my debut, is the RJ you're going to see through now on. Maybe a different color scheme of attire, maybe like a different color for pay-per-views or something like that. But the outfit you have seen, maybe the jacket's going to change and stuff like that. But the shirt maybe once in a blue moon. But I'm not, sorry to say this, much respect to the dude, I'm not going to pull a Storm.
What describe that? What
Storm changes his guy a lot. He does.
And why is it that Storm changes his guy a lot? And like his attire and stuff like that, right? And he doesn't lose momentum. Why he keeps winning?
Because he doesn't touch his moves. That's his thing. he doesn't
Really?
touch his moves. His move is set to his character. When you're comfortable with a moveset and your character's doing so well with that moveset, and he's been a champion with the moveset he has. So why change the moveset? Why change?
Right. That makes sense.
What's
That
your
makes sense. But maybe he does change it. I don't know.
Like
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Being honest with you, he is a phenomenal person. Like inside, working with like creative aspect and everything.
He's one of the great minds that Global Studios have.
And the thing about his creation are nuts.
Nuts. Shout out to him also. Shout out to Storm again because he recently made a new attire for DBD and I'm gonna use that soon.
Well,
it's coming. Maybe for the pay-per-view.
He made one of my son's attires, and I'm not debuting it yet. And it's really it's on a special part of my heart and James's heart. I'm not going to spoil anything. But
you don't have to.
When it comes out, you guys are going to be like, oh my
be
God,
ready.
That's
be ready.
Awesome. That's really cool to see that. And shout out to him because he did a phenomenal job with that aspect of creating the attire.
100%. He's one of the great creative minds. We have a lot. We have him. We have Savage Vega. We have Fresh Prince. We have Victor Magic. Forgive me if I forget you guys. You know what I'm saying? But we have a lot of you guys out there that's doing creativity, bro. Like, you know, the reason that's another thing too. The reason for this podcast and these little shows on the side, you know, it's to get the pressure off A-Dot, man, because man, this man deserves it, bro. We all got together. You was a part of it as well. We all got together and we sent them a wrestling belt. You know what I'm saying? And it was an actual, real, authentic wrestling belt, built with like, you know, with the real metal.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
You know, so we did that for him, bro, and you know, like he still doesn't play favorites. He never did. You know what I'm saying? So like, I wanna make it clear, just because you said that earlier about the DVD always being on the show. Remember, DVD made the first pay-per-view well, not the first pay-per-view, because that was like the third or fourth pay-per-view or whatever. That was the pay-per-view that made GW storylines. That's what I'm saying.
He sells the product so well that people are jealous is because
I'm the biggest. I consider myself one of the biggest draws. So I don't know. Maybe I'm being selfish by thinking that, but that's just how I feel. You know what I mean?
The biggest draw. That puts a lot, like being me, like me hearing with me hearing that, saying you're the biggest draw. That reminds me of what Sami Callihan said. I'm the draw. I'm the one that puts the asses in the seats. I'm the one that draws the fans. I'm the one that's promoting. I'm the one out there who goes on freaking Twitch. I'm the one that goes on Mixer. I'm the one who's on my wife's fucking OnlyFans wearing the product.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And that's what he said. And I love Sami Callihan. I met him in Philly when Impact came. I have a video on my Facebook. Rich Swan gave my son a shout out.
That's dope. Shout out to him for that, bro.
Is a phenomenal person in real life. The dude is awesome. You know, I met his wife. His wife is phenomenal. She's a great competitor to me. But like I said, everywhere you go, every company is going to have that guy who gets over more, and people are going to be jealous. That's what it is.
That's correct.
I'm not trying to air people out, but people are jealous of what DVD's doing, and they might say no, but in the back of their mind, they're jealous. God, this motherfucker,
100%.
This motherfucker on every show.
Yeah, I've heard that before. That's what I'm saying. So talking back to the but you're right, 100% about that. I agree, 110% about that. Right?
I'm gonna say, sorry, you can hear my game going off. You know what I'm doing. No, but it is you can clearly see that everyone's like, oh, he's on here, he's doing this. Yeah, you can't say the man like everyone's. Oh,
I earned my position.
Yeah, he earned his spot. And when a motherfucker say, oh, he kissed his ass, no, you're mad.
Nah, fuck those guys. Whoever says that is a
dick. I'm just saying in general, like they say that. Who the fuck are you saying I kiss ass? It's because you're not promoting, you're not putting out the fucking company like you should be. Oh,
dude, my guy, my call got like picked up from the download section by different e-feds that I probably don't even know most of them. I never gave them permission, but I've seen like when people promote their stuff, like I promote the GW brand.
Yeah.
I seen my guy on their stuff, and other people seen my guy on their stuff, and they're like, "Yo, they came to me and they were like, yo, did you give this guy permission to use your guy?" I was like, who? Because for what I know, I'm only down with WSW. Shout out to WSW, Princess Alicia, and Jody Kid, and GW all the way. This family. You get what I'm saying? So, but you know, that's it's weird when you see shit like that. That's why I feel like I'm becoming like a big hit when it comes to the e-fed world. But that's not really important. But it's not really about me. It's about you right now. But I'm just trying to say, you know what I mean? So all right. Who's RJ Bombshell's favorite wrestler of all time? And is that wrestler that you're about to mention the man that you get the RJ Bombshell gimmick from, or you get the gimmick from somebody else?
No. Okay. My favorite wrestler of all time, God rest his soul. And everyone says why. My dad's favorite wrestler was Bruno Sammartino, and I fell in love with Bruno Sammartino. Bruno Sammartino was my favorite wrestler because I watched older videos of him wrestling. But if I had to say the person that I kind of see RJ Bombshell as a wrestler, there's no one I can say who is RJ Bombshell as a wrestler. RJ Bombshell is who RJ Bombshell is. I can't say he acts like a wrestler or nothing like that. But if I have to say, like, I idolize a wrestler, I would have to say I wish I met him in real life. I was a big Vader fan. As a kid, I loved Vader.
Vader time.
Oh yeah, I used to have the mask when I was a kid.
Awesome.
But I used to have his action figures and stuff like that.
Me too.
It was Vader and it was Bam Bam. There were two guys I always wanted to meet, and I never got a chance to meet them.
Shout out to Bam Bam Bigelow too. Oh yeah.
I never really got to meet either one of them, and I was really, really upset about that. Because I always wanted to be in the same room with them, hearing the big guy aspect of the business. I always wanted to meet Yokozuna because he's a big guy and a big guy of the business.
Oh, so you like the big guys?
Yeah. I want to be in. Listen, you know some real shit. I would want to be in a room with Yoko, Bam Bam, Vader. I'm trying to think who else. God rest his soul. It would be Andre the Giant.
Oh.
Them four men in a fucking room. Andre would be a drunken fucking mess. So would fucking Yoko. Vader would be somewhere doing his own thing. And fucking Bam Bam would even doing his own thing. But it would just be cool to sit there and be in a room, listen to both of these guys talk about the business aspect and what they have seen. You know? And I love it. I love seeing that.
So let me ask you another question. Why the big guys? Because you're a big guy yourself, like you said, or because
I wrestled in high school as a heavyweight, and I always wrestled the big guys. That was always me. I never wrestled the small guys. And needless to say, I'll fucking kill the small guys. But
of course,
what I did was I always fell in love because the big guys were hard hitting. Like you're like, fuck, yes. I'm gonna get fucked up by this big motherfucker. and they had the.
But remember, they were limited with moves. The big guys.
But listen,
you know.
But it was the fear factor. The fear factor.
Right.
That's why
Right. No, I get it.
That's why I always like, because it was the fear factor. Holy shit, this guy's coming after me. Oh shit, this is about to be a fucking.
Don't let him
grab me. Don't let him do this. Don't let him do that. I'm fucked.
Yep.
And that's the God honest truth.
100%.
And that's why people have seen RJ will always be RJ. I'm not saying I copy anybody or nothing like that. But the hardcore aspect, I am copying off of people. My hardcore idols. Okay? The hardcore aspect came when I met my favorite deathmatch guy, Matt Tremont.
I was going to ask you, who's your favorite hardcore guy? But now you just said it. Yeah.
Matt Tremont was my deathmatch. But I seen his deathmatch stuff in ECW. But if I got a couple of hardcore wrestlers, and don't knock me, but it's just gonna be like I have a couple. Well, Matt's on my list, but I'm gonna go with Terry Funk, Cactus Jack,
Terry Funk,
Tommy Dreamer.
Wow, that's big.
Tommy Dreamer.
A lot of people don't mention Tommy Dreamer. Shout out to Tommy Dreamer.
Raven. I'm gonna put Shane Douglas out there because I met him in person. New Jack. Basically ECW's roster. Basically, being honest with you. But if I had to go off newer, like new wrestling, Nick Gage, Alex. I forget his name. He's a deathmatch guy. Basically, deathmatch wrestlers.
Like the Japanese wrestling and all that stuff, shit. Right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I watched that shit when I'm at work, and I was like, Ralph, what the fuck are you watching, man? What the fuck is this? Barbed wire,
if you like it, you like it.
That's the shit
fuck that.
into. And that's why people are like, yo, we fucking this Ralph. What the fuck is this dude on? Because that's the shit I'm into. I wouldn't mind seeing me throw a motherfucker in a bomb. Oh shit, there's fucking barbed wire fucking smoke. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, thumbtacks and shit. Yeah.
That's the shit I'm into.
That's dope, man. I mean, I wish GEW could do like stuff like that. Well, a lot of E-Feds, I don't think any other E-Feds explored what GEW explored, right? No. So how do you feel about that Buried Alive match, right? Because we were the first ever to do that in 2K22. Go ahead. You can speak your facts. However you feel. I'm not in character, so remember.
About that because, all right. Damn. Oh man, I don't want to be a dick. But
be a dick. You can be a dick.
Go ahead.
This is live and uncut, bro.
It really looked appealing to me. It really didn't. But when DVD won, I was happy. So I was very happy.
Dope. Not because you're on the show, but because you meant that.
No, fuck, no, I can't stand that motherfucker. But no, on some real shit, no, I was really happy when he won. Because I know we had that rivalry going on. I know we had the shit going on with them guys.
It's all a storyline in GW. That's why I keep telling the fans, man, everybody listening and anybody who's trying to join, this is a family-oriented business. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing this shit for fun, but we're doing it in a business way. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting paid for it. We're not doing anything to make money, and we're just getting views and your attention. That's all we want. We want your attention, and we want you guys to like love this shit the way we love this shit. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing. So when I figured Buried Alive match, I did the promos for it. Me and him, we both agreed on promos, and we did certain things. And 2K decides the fate. You know that your character 2K always decides your fate. So knowing that 2K always decides your fate, give me 5 GW guys that you'd be like, yo. It could be FEW, but GW mainly because it's all the same thing. Who in GW you think you're top 5 to be like, yo, this guy's the guy. Like, you root for that guy besides yourself. Give me 5 guys.
All right. My top 5?
Top 5.
Damn. Fuck it. My top 5.
You can give me 3 if you don't have top 5. If you don't have 5, you can give me 3.
You know
You
what?
can give me 1, 2. You know, but it can't be more. It can't be less than 3.
I'm
Don't
gonna
less
go
than
right now.
3.
It's going to be.
Guys, do you like to watch out there? Be like, yo, I enjoy watching this motherfucker
If I
fight.
could watch matches, it would be Storm. It would be Storm, Savage.
Shout out to Storm again.
Savage.
Yep. Shout out to Savage also again. Yup. Savage Vega. Of course. Those are my 2 top 5s too. Those guys you mentioned. They're my top 5s. Go ahead.
Miss Dance would be on there. Miss Dance is on one of them.
Ooh, shout out to Miss Dance, the princess of GW. Yes, sir.
And the Baker.
The Baker. Shout out to the Baker, the first lady.
And that's just not me saying because it's his daughter's thing and that's his wife. Because I like how they present themselves. I like how they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I like. But Savage got me when me and him had our cage match. That's what got me liking Savage. What got me liking Storm, because I always like talking. But DVD got me. This is why I like DVD. Because when you sit there...
DVD wasn't in your top 5, though.
No, I'm saying...
But go ahead.
Yeah, he's in my top 5. The only reason why he's in my top 5 on some real shit is because the man can say, who the fuck? You're talking about me being a bum, but motherfucker, when did you have a match?
Right.
When the fuck did you do anything? You're not doing shit. You're still fucking having to tag up with people to make your presence known. And I'm sorry to say this, I'm going to air him out. That's fucking Nico.
Nico, shout out to Nico.
And no, I'm coming at the dude. Because he's a tag team wrestler. He's not a single wrestler.
Ooh.
Dude, Apocalypse carried him.
Ooh.
And I don't care if he listens to it and wants to talk shit to me. Bring it on. But it's the truth. You can clearly see it. But now now the clone thing's happening. He's trying to find his way. Congratulations. But I always see Nico as a tag team
He's the
wrestler.
mastermind behind that.
And that's what I came in to see him as a tag team wrestler. And that won't change my mind. Yeah, Ralph's a fat guy. Yeah, I'm a fat guy, but I can throw the fuck down.
Let's do it. Nico versus RJ.
Or Nevis. Or Rebus. Or whatever the fuck he's going for. Like, whatever he's going for.
No, but, you know, who if you want to fight one of Nico's characters right now, who you want to fight? You want to fight
Jedi the fucking clone. Nico? Fuck his... listen, I'll fight both of them. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck who it is. I will fight them. I don't care. I just feel like he puts himself out there a lot and talks the trash, but I haven't really seen him in single matches. I haven't really seen him in single matches.
He talks good. He promotes his guy.
Like, he does more promoted, but he's only in tag matches. Am I wrong?
Hey. In character, in DVD character, I'm gonna say yes. He's always carried.
He's only in tag.
But that's in character.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dude,
DVD will be that.
That was RJ in character. But on some real shit, he's a cool dude. I like talking to him. I think he's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
You know,
he's good. He's funny. You know,
with the Star Wars shit he likes, I get a kick out of that.
I love Star Wars too. That's
doing.
why I connected him.
I might talk shit about the clones and stuff like that. But dude, the storyline works so well right now.
I was going to ask you too. How do you feel about this storyline?
I might say I fucking hate it, but it grows on you. You know what I mean? It kind of grows on you.
I actually think it was like GW needed that. They needed that storyline, like that thing. You know, and that was.
I was Bombshell.
The videos are amazing. Shout out to Spicy.
I was Bombshell, and I didn't want to do it no more. And they were like, "All right, guess what? You're gone." They like, "Go ahead, see it." Because I didn't want to do it no more. It wasn't me. It's not me. I can't sit there and do a clone thing. It's not me. It's not who I am. I want to try it out through Bombshell. Okay, I did it. but that wasn't me. Like,
Gotcha. You're RJ fucking Bombshell, the hardcore icon.
What A-Dot said was, RJ needs to find himself. Savage said it. So, listen, you want me to find myself? You guys want me to? I'm on a podcast. I'm in the chat. I'm here. Like, I'm not fucking going nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to be RJ motherfucking Bombshell. That's who I am. I'm staying as that.
You heard it here first.
There ain't no going back. If I gotta fucking dig up a hole and bury all my other calls that I have, I'll have to do it. But it's gonna be RJ no matter what.
Nice. I'm digging that. So, right, we're coming towards that final moment. Give me 5 questions you got for me, either as DVD or as me myself.
Okay, this is for the DVD character. If you had one match with RJ, what type of match would it be?
If I had one match with RJ, I would like a Hell in a Cell, but a false count anywhere, where I could pin you on top of the cell, outside of it, and whoop your ass for real. Because you've been cruising for bruising since you got here.
I've been cruising for bruising.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, absolutely. And like I told Khan too, shout out to Khan, like, dude, just don't think just because I didn't call you guys out, then I don't see y'all. Bro, anybody's a target. I'm DVD, I'm the fucking show. I am GW. That's how I feel about it, right? I may not be the world heavyweight champion. I may not even have any titles, but I go out there and I put on a fucking
Hopefully
show.
That does change. Hopefully that does change. You not being a champion. Hopefully it does change.
I feel like I'm gonna probably win the champion of the year.
I would be cool. That would be cool to say. Knock on wood, that would be cool to see. But now, as I'm still gonna do this as DVD. Now, if you had to do one thing with your character, just like one thing in particular that you don't like about your character and why? If you could change anything or you don't like about your character.
Well, the thing I don't like about my character is maybe the attire. It's like I'm not creative when it comes to like stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Like I can do creative shit when it comes to like me talking shit, promos, or like videos. Like I could do like little skits. You know, I could do this. I could talk shit with you motherfuckers and have fun. You know what I mean? But I can't get creative like Storm, like Fresh Prince, like Victor Magic, or like fucking Savage. You know, like those guys, they get creative. Like you guys, like AJ says, bro, like A-Dot says, you guys make the shit. You know what I mean? So I appreciate being in the storyline with you guys and being in the same show with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I may talk shit about you guys like in character, but out of character, I like you.
Like on some real shit, I told my boy was asking me like, what's off the question thing. My boy asked me, he was like, would you ever be in the trenches with these guys? And
I will hang out with you.
In the trenches, I mean like in a war with it. There was a fucking war going on, and I had to be in the trenches.
Oh yeah, right. Like we're out there battling out.
In the respectfulest way I can say, and this is just me from the heart, as Ralph at the moment. I would go to war with any one of you guys. I don't care who it is. I awesome. Feel like I would line up. I would say, let's line up and fuck all the dudes up. I don't care who it is.
Let's get it.
And that's how I feel. And that's how I feel when I came back. Like I had to go humble myself, and that's what I did.
Serve your suspension.
That was more of a vacation to me. But it was a long, humble.
Shut up.
It was a long, needed, humble vacation. But I still stay in contact with Savage. Savage and me talked, and I never kept my eye off of GW. You guys think I did? I didn't. I watched everything when I was at work. I even watched it when it was off. Like, I went and rewatched it because I want to keep my mind rolling and keep my mind like, oh shit, this is what's going on.
That's why we do this too, man. We do this to for mental health, man. Like, that's mental health what you're talking about. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like you need to watch it, like you because you're not gonna feel the same if you don't know like the outcome of something. You get what I'm saying? Like, even if it's just a game and it's all for fun, like sometimes we take this shit to the heart, man. Like, that's why sometimes we see some people and we look at it like, yo, man, this motherfucker like crossed the line. He said some shit that we shouldn't have said. But, you know, at the end of the day, we look at it like, nah, I'm just doing this shit for my escape zone. Like, I'm doing this to have fun.
That's
I'm not doing this to like really make any enemies.
My son's character, when he was made, I wanted him to be the funny cruiserweight type of dude, and my son loves his character.
What's next for little young Jay Bombshell? What's happening?
He messaged me and him were talking today. And we were talking about what he sees in his future in FEW. And
nice.
He was in the chat today, and what really caught his eye was that Savage Vega made his son in the game. And my son's not really big on liking people's characters, but my son liked his character. And my son was like, Daddy, I like his character. So if Savage wants to hit me up in my DMs later and talk, we have to talk about something. Because James...
Now you're going to spoil?
What? James would like to tag with him because he said, Daddy, he looks cool. I like how he looks. And he saw that he had the little puzzle pieces on him. If you can clearly look,
nice.
Savage's character has the puzzle pieces, and my son knows what that means. So my son was...
Gotcha. Shout out to Savage for that, for the awareness.
I would love to tag with him. And I was like, well, I'll talk to him for you. And he was like, no, I would like to speak to him. So James Bombshell will be reaching out to Savage himself through Mike.
Shout out to James Bombshell. Oh yeah, that's cool, bro.
And stuff like that. But other than that, James really wants... He doesn't want to. Right now, he doesn't want to be a champ. He really doesn't. He wants to sit back, relax, and it's not kick ass. He wants to sit back and look at what's going on and slow.
He wants to enjoy the show. In other words,
but he also wants to pick his shot or where he wants to go, where he sees himself going. I told him do what he needs to do. He's like, okay, Dad. So that's what he's doing right now. He's gonna pick his targets, and that's what's gonna happen.
Shout out to Jay Bombshell again. That's dope. That's dope. That he got his own decisions to make with his own character, man. That's what it's all about. Having fun. So you only asked me what? 2 questions?
You know what? The other question is, this is off as the podcast. What is your favorite person you have on your podcast as of late?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, honestly, if I had to choose somebody that I would want to do the podcast with, like all the time, I will go with like Nico. That's probably one of my favorites. If not Nico, it's tough. I can't really pick like a bunch of guys like that. Tolos was fucking amazing. You know, it's a
hard choice. That's kind of
it's a hard choice. I mean, A. don't really count because, like I said, man, A. Zay Vic, Magic, like those guys, like Ego too, like they go back with me. Like I know them. You get what I'm saying? So like I can't really choose them over the guys like you and Erebus, Jedi, Nico, whatever you want to call them. But I was gonna go with Nico. But I want to get 787 on the show too. I want to get all you guys.
With
like
to say with the
Savage too, man. Savage was my first show.
Yeah,
so.
with that, with the trying to think of with you have.
That was a good question.
787 being
like,
one.
Ooh.
With the language barrier. Am I saying it wrong? Correct.
It's gonna have to be in Spanish. A lot of you guys probably won't understand it. I want to try to ask him in English, and maybe I'll translate it. If he tells me in Spanish, I'll translate it. But it's gonna be a little tough one. It's a challenge actually, so I'll take it.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of figuring out. Like, is that gonna be a challenge?
Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge, but I'll take it. I'm gonna translate.
That's kind of cool. But all right, now this is my last and final question. Why do you always root for James Bombshell?
And I have to answer all these questions truthfully, so I'm gonna be a real 100%. The reason I root for James Bombshell is because, like you said earlier, with the whole autism awareness, my son is also autism awareness as well, so he's nonverbal, so I want him to watch this and enjoy it the way I enjoy it, but sometimes their minds are different from ours. They're creative in their own ways. You know what I mean? So I see that you brought your son into it with the awareness, and he's representing it, and he loves it. You get what I'm saying? He loves it. He actually watches it. You get what I mean? He's doing something that I wish that my kid would do. You get what I mean? And he's suffering from the same type of thing. So that's why I root for him. I'm like, yo, man. I always felt that the kids and the girls, but mainly the kids, should always be GW material. Be in the main roster.
I asked that question is because he asked me today to ask you that. So,
no, dope, man. Shout out to him again, bro. Like I said, this is all real shit, man. This is all love, bro. I like you as a real person, not just RJ Bombshell in the ring and virtual reality world. We talk shit to each other. You know how we do. You can call me a bitch. I ain't gonna feel no shit away. You know what I'm saying? It depends how you say it. You know. Yeah, it's well, fuck you, bro. You the bitch here. Shit like that. So it's all love always. Let's always remember that. It's always. I feel like that with everybody that I communicate with in the GW world. This is all love, man. Everything you're getting from me, it's I'm not going personal with you. I'm just gonna talk shit to you. Dude, I'll fucking bash your face in. You get what I'm saying? Dude, I'll slap your face right now. Who you talking to? You get what I'm saying? That's the type of gimmick that I bring to the GW community.
And that's why it's the best. You just do your thing, and people are like, dude, why?
Feel free. Exactly. Feel free. And we can work together. If RJ Bombshell hits me up on my DM and asks me, hey, let's work a storyline, I'm willing to work a storyline with RJ Bombshell. Once you're in the main roster, whatever, and we get it popping, bro.
Right there,
we can do whatever we gotta do.
I'm not going to toot my own horn with that. Like I said, I buried my grave with that. But
I see you coming up soon. Yeah. But just gotta give it time, like they said.
I would love to make my way to the main roster. I can clearly see it happening, but it would be kind of cool to see. I'm pushing. Everyone said why. I'm pushing my son more than I'm pushing myself. I would love to see.
Of course, you gotta do that. And tell you the truth. Now that you put it on about putting your son on, I'm putting my son on too. We got something. I'm not gonna blow it up right now on the podcast, but you spoke behind the scenes about a certain plan that we got for our kids involved in this GW universe. So stay tuned for
Mm-hmm.
that. Savage also, as a matter of fact, because Savage actually shares the same feeling. But we're gonna talk about that when I get Savage on the show. I'm gonna do a part two with Savage.
I can't wait to see hear Savage back on the show again because.
Of course, we got a lot of stuff that we didn't speak about, and even us here. Like we're gonna have to cut this soon, but before we do cut it, like we got a lot of stuff that we didn't speak about, and we're gonna definitely talk about it. So there'll be a part two.
Oh hell
of
yeah,
this.
dude! I'm always available
for sure. You know, it's gonna be a part two with mostly everybody and people who haven't even gotten yet. I want to make a part two with them also. Like season 1 can have like 1 million episodes. It doesn't even matter. We're doing this. And season 2, we're gonna talk about Global Studios, how we invaded the NBA basketball.
Well, I will be in next year. I actually will be in the NBA thing.
Yeah, we have a UFC thing.
I'm in that too.
Yeah, of course. RJ fucking Bombshell, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna handle my business. So,
of course.
Has to be done.
So, regarding that, you have any more questions for me? Or?
No, I think everything's good, brother. I think all my questions were answered that need to be answered.
Correct. And they were honest questions, man. There was no cap. So, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Like, I like seeing you out there. I enjoy RJ Bombshell when you promote your guy out there, when you talk your shit in the live chats, when you talk your shit in your promos. Like I like
Thank
that.
You.
Like that. We need that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do, and I feel like everybody should do that. Like that's why I'm here. You know what I mean? Like DBD's here for that, for you guys to do that too, because it makes me feel like, oh, he said this, let me now say this.
Yeah,
you know
I
think
mean? It's like get on that topic. You just brought it up. It's comfort zone. It's comfort zone,
man. It cures your mental health, man. I'm telling you, if you're feeling like you having like a rough day or bad energy type of day, then dude, just go watch yourself a GW show. And if you're in the Discord, go tune into the Discord, brother. We talk a lot of shit there. We talk a lot of shit in the live chats, in the group chats, and the group chats mainly. So if you're part of GW, you're gonna feel welcome there. And you're gonna feel a warm welcome because we talk a lot.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of shit talking going on that fuck place.
Absolutely. So yeah, man. Like I said earlier, brother. I meant everything I said. You're a real good, humble dude. I fuck with you. I like you, and I want to see RJ Bombshell make it to the main roster so we can kick some ass out there because. Everybody's talking shit, talking this and that, but shout out to the show, this and that.
No one's putting up with the words, but it's okay.
Nobody's backing up the words they speak. Yeah. So exactly. Let's get it or get the fuck out the way. Yes, sir. So RJ fucking Bombshell on this and that, and I'm your host, Mr. 357. Peace.